Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Thanks for dropping by this video. Before we dive in, let's take a moment and tune into, tap into, be aware of the presence of God all around us. Yum, yum, yum. Life without God just doesn't flow well for me. Welcome to my live viewer. Thanks for dropping by. So, someone wrote, what about Jesus saying, "Think not that I came to bring peace on earth, but a sword"? Yeah, that's an interesting verse. So first of all, and there's a bunch of verses. This person listed a bunch. So first of all, I'm not a literalist. I don't assume that everything in the Bible is literally true. In fact, I'm pretty convinced that there are some things that are not true. But that's less. I'm not convinced that it's a perfect book by any means. And this channel, we've talked a lot about problems with translation. Maybe the original text is perfect, although I don't believe that, but maybe it is. Um, so I'm going to look at these different verses from a spiritual perspective, and see, the thing is what I've learned. Let me see how to say this. When we're talking about spiritual things, it's very, very important to distinguish between what's literal and what's metaphorical, and also to actually be able to talk to the person who said them. Because many teachings, spiritual teachings fundamentally aren't meant to be understood by the mind. Many spiritual teachings, not all, there are some. And that's one of the problems I have with the Bible, is that it's just not clear. And this is an example. Think not that I came to bring peace on earth, but a sword. And then we have no further explanation about what that means. And so then there's like 1,000 different interpretations. So it's kind of hard without Jesus here to, let's just assume for the moment that he said that. Without him here, it's impossible to have 100% understanding. All we can do is we can grapple with it and each come up with our own understanding of it, or throw it out, which, some people do that. Some people throw out verses and just say, no, that's not true, or it couldn't have said that. So my own understanding, I don't have a complete understanding on this verse, but I sure have sat with it. See, my own understanding is that good will triumph over evil, and that Jesus' coming is part of what would facilitate that, and that it's not going to happen by just hold on, we've got a garbage truck going by. That the end of all evil on this earth. One moment, we can take a moment of silence, a moment of prayer. And that process is not going to be pretty. Like, it's going to involve quite a struggle. That doesn't mean it has to involve violence, though I'm pretty sure there's been lots of violence, and there probably will continue to be violence. There will continue to be violence until that day, until this earth is completely purified and pure. And Jesus, 2,000 years ago, his coming wasn't the thing that was just going to wasn't going to end the struggle. And my belief is that Jesus armed us with the sword, with truth. And I don't think that truth is so clearly expressed in the Bible. I think you can find it. But that truth that can help us to actually fight and overcome evil inside ourselves. Everyone thinks it's all about like fighting, opposing evil outside. but Jesus did talk about. It's written that he talked about getting the the log out of your eye instead of trying to get rid of the splinter in someone else's eye. So that's my understanding of that verse. And it's based on years of reflection and again through studying Bruno Gruning's teachings. That's what it means to me. Take care. Big love.